I'll move you. First of the year, I'll move you somewhere else if it's a problem.
I bet you will. Out by 7, right?
We all set?
Oh.
We good
Yeah.
to go? All right, we want to welcome everyone to our West Haven City Council meeting. Today is December 17th of 2025, and it is 6:03 p.m. We want to welcome everyone out there that might be on Zoom and any streaming that we're doing, and we want to welcome our staff being here and anyone that's present tonight, and we're grateful to have you guys. We hope everybody has a real nice holiday season and a Merry Christmas moving forward. We want to get started on a few things on here for our agenda. We have a lot of things to cover tonight, so we'll get started with our overall opening ceremonies. We'll start with a prayer, with our Pledge of Allegiance by Councilmember Schwab and our prayer moment of silence by Councilmember Dixon.
Please rise and repeat the Pledge of Allegiance after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
My gosh, that's so.
Our kind and gracious Father in heaven, we are so grateful to be here in our West Haven City Council. We're grateful for our great city and for all of those who serve and protect us, especially our fire and medical and also our armed forces. Father, we're grateful for our residents, and we ask thee that as we look over our agenda and we make decisions, that we will be able to keep in mind the needs of our people, that we will be able to make the correct decisions. We ask thee that as this is the Christmas season, that we may look around for those who may need a helping hand and be able to reach out to them. Again, we're grateful for the freedoms we enjoy. We say this in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Right. Thank you, Councilmember Schwab and Councilmember Dixon, for that. We appreciate all you say. On this next item on here is item 3 is our public presentation. Residents attending this meeting shall be allotted 2 minutes to express a concern, ask a question about any issue that is not on the agenda. No action can or will be taken on any issues that are presented. Do we have anyone that would like to come forward? Okay, seeing none, we will move forward with item 4, our upcoming events. We have our music circle at the barn. That'll be on December 22nd.
That was actually canceled.
It's canceled.
Sorry.
Thank you for that. All right. They canceled that probably too close to Christmas.
Correct.
All right. And we also have our special swearing in ceremony for those that were reelected back into their positions. For those that would like to attend, it's January 5th. And that's 2026, by the way, just so you know, change a year. Excited about this. It's going to be a great year. And that'll be at 6:30 p.m. We also have our music circle at the barn, and we'll have that on January 26th, and that'll be at 7 p.m. We also have our senior lunch bunch that'll be on January 28th at 11:30 a.m. So we appreciate all those things that are coming up and hope that we can have the public attend as many of those as possible.
Can I add one? The Art Council starting their workshops again. They're doing oil painting on January 12th. And the sign up should be on the sports site for that. Maybe by tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's there today.
January 12th. You know what time?
6.
6. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Any other upcoming events that we missed? Okay. We'll move on to council updates. Anything from the council you'd like to update the public on? We had a wonderful turnout for our senior lunch bunch today. We also had staff that attended to give some enjoyment to the seniors and things that they do here in the city. And I think it went over very well. So thank you for the staff for attending as well. It was really, really a fun time today and appreciate you being there. We'll move on to item 6, action on consent agenda. This is just for the city council minutes that were, the meeting was held on December 3rd of 2025. Any concerns or issues with the minutes? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda. Item A, the city council meeting minutes for the meeting on December 3rd of 2025.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the consent agenda? Okay, we'll do a roll call on this one. Councilmember Call,
Aye.
Councilmember Morse,
Aye.
Councilmember Swap,
Aye.
Councilmember Dixon,
Aye.
and Councilmember Saunders.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to item 7. All right, this is for advice and consent of one planning commission member appointment submitted by myself, Mayor Vanderwood, to fulfill a 4-year term. The term will be from January 1 of 2026 through December 31st of 2029. And that person would be for Jennifer Streeter. She took the place of another planning commission member. And so that one is open and we're filling that back in again for her term. So any questions from the council? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
Would move to give consent of one planning commission member appointment submitted by Mayor Vanderwood to fill one 4-year term. The term will be from January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2029, and that position would go to Jennifer Strucker.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this one? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries on that. We'll let her know that she's back in again. We'll move on to item 8, advice and consent of one Historic Preservation Committee member appointment submitted by myself, Mayor Vanderwood, to fulfill a 3-year term. This term will be from January 1 of 2026 through December 31st of 2028. And that name submitted would be for Richard Watkins. Any questions from the council on this one?
No, Richard is a member and he is amazing and I'm very pleased to hear that.
Good. Okay. Any other questions about that? I'm ready for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve advice and consent of one Historic Preservation Committee member appointment submitted by Mayor Vanderwood to fill one 3-year term. The term will be from January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028. And the name that has been presented is Richard Watkins.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this appointment? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. We'll let Mr. Watkins know. We're glad to have him back on there as well. Number 9 on here on the agenda, advice and consent of one Parks and Trails Committee member appointment submitted by myself, Mayor Vanderwood, to fill one 3-year term. The term will be from January 1 of 2026 through December 31st of 2028. And that name is for Lindsay Sorrentino. After talking to her, she is so excited to be on this committee. So this will be fun for her. But any questions or concerns? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
I will make a motion that we approve advice and consent of one Parks and Trails Committee member appointments to fill one 3-year term from January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2028 for Lindsay Sorrentino.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this appointment? Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, motion carries for that. Thank you. I'll let her know. Item 10, advice and consent of one Arts Council Committee member appointment submitted by myself, Mayor Vanderwood, to fill one 2-year term. The term will be from January 1 of 2026 through December 31st of 2027. And the name submitted is Mike Gardner. Any questions from the council? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
Move to give consent of one Arts Council Committee member appointment submitted by Mayor Vanderwood to fill one two-year term. The term will be from January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2027, and the name submitted is Mike Gardner.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council on this appointment? Okay, we'll do a vote on this one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. We'll let Mr. Gardner know. I'm glad to have him back as well. Item 11, advice and consent of 6 Community Events Committee member appointments submitted by myself, Mayor Vanderwood, to fill 6 3-year terms. The term will be from January 1 of 2026 through December 31st of 2028. Those names will be Vadon Kelly, Clarence Kelly, Jeff Reed, Kira Price, Adam Price, and James Jensen.
I'll make a motion to give consent of 6 community events committee member appointments to fill 6 3-year terms. The term will be from January 1, 2026 through December 31st of 2028. And those committee members are Vadon Kelly, Clarence Kelly, Jeff Reed, Kira Price, Adam Price, and James Jensen.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this appointments? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. So when I talked to Mr. Reed, he did accept this rose. So thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Item
That-
12,
fantastic.
advice and consent of 1 beautification committee member appointment submitted by myself, Mayor Vanderwood, to fill the remainder of 1 3-year term. The term will be from December 17th of 2025 through December 31st of 2027. And that name would be Randy Hightower. Any questions from the council? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
I will make a motion that we approve advice and consent of 1 beautification committee member appointment submitted by Mayor Vanderwood to fill the remainder of 1 3-year term from December 17th, 2025 through December 31st of 2027, and that name is Randy Hightower.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council on this appointment? Okay, we'll go ahead and vote on this. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries on that. We appreciate Randy being involved and he's excited to get back on this committee again as well. So item 13, advice and consent of 1 youth council advisor appointment submitted by myself, Mayor Vanderwood, to fill 1 3-year term. The term will be from January 1st of 2026 through December 31st of 2028. And the name submitted for that will be assisting and working with Sarah Wynn is Crystal Yemane, and it's Yemane. So we're glad that she accepted this, and we'll be working with our wonderful youth council. Any concerns or issues from the council? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
Move to give consent of 1 youth council advisor appointment submitted by Mayor Vanderwood to fill 1 3-year term. The term will be from January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028. And the name submitted is Crystal Yemane.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council on this appointment? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, we're almost a third of the way through. All right, item 14, advice and consent of 1 West Haven Special Service District Board member appointment submitted by myself, Mayor Vanderwood, to fill the remainder of 1 4-year term. This term will be from January 1 of 2026 through December 31st of 2028. And the name that we're submitting on this will be James Jensen. James Jensen will be serving, he was just recently put in by the council to serve on the Planning Commission, and he will serve as and continue to serve on this board as the Planning Commission representative. So that's why he's being put back on there. Coming up in the near future, we will have an opening in that, and that has to be advertised for 30 days, correct? And so that's in process now. So we're looking forward to a new member of our service district, special service district. Any questions or concerns with this appointment? Okay, I'm ready for a motion.
I'll move to give consent of one West Haven Special Service District Board Member appointment submitted by Mayor Vanderwood to fill the remainder of one 4-year term. The term will be from January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028. And the name submitted is James Jensen.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this appointment? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Item
lot of
15. I know there's a lot. There's a lot. Item 15, action on Planning Commission meeting recommendations. We're glad you guys were able to sit through all that and enjoy all those appointments. On the Planning Commission meeting recommendations would be item A, action on ordinance 13-2025, a rezone from A1 and A2 to R2, 2700 west and 2800 south. We've got the parcel numbers listed on here, and this is for Paul Donaldson. We have someone representing. Stephen, did you want to go ahead?
The agent is here.
Okay. All right. Would you like to come forward, or did you have anything you wanted to discuss with us? Yeah, come on up and state your name and your address for the record, please.
It's Jared Payne. I'm an employee of Fieldstone Homes. I'm 3859 West Young Lucerne Circle in Riverton. And I'm sure Stephen will get into it, but we came here a few months ago, and it's a 40-acre site, but we had a lot of wetlands in that site. We still don't, know exactly what's going to happen with all that, but we took the high side. So if you're familiar with the property, there's an elevated side that's about 12 feet above the rest, but that has no wetlands in it. So that's what's before you today. We've spoke with a lot of the neighbors. This property, for whatever reason, it's not for whatever reason, geography causes it to be the tail out for a lot of the neighbors. And so I'm actually on flood irrigation, so I know how important it is to, when the water needs to go, it needs to go. And so talking to the neighbors, I think we've figured out really good ways. And as we get towards plat map, I think that was one of the biggest concerns, is how are we going to get that water taken care of. But the good news is it's mostly channeled, and when it's not, we'll make sure to take care of it. And I think the other thing that came up was traffic, and we're happy to make sure we've got a safe ingress and egress. And if a traffic memo is required, we're happy to do that as well and follow ordinance. We have no desire to go outside of ordinance, and we're just trying to stay within the future land use map and keep it as straightforward as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Payne.
And I'll be here if questions come up.
Okay. You can
Right
just
there,
hang-
if you don't
hang
feel
tight
any.
for just a second. We'll ask if there's any questions from the council, if they have any questions for Mr. Payne.
I guess I would ask why you present a concept plan that's outside of the ordinance then.
Just the sketch?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the second access? Or
Well, right? This isn't in ordinance, but you said you're going to follow the ordinances. So I would expect that you would present a concept that's within an ordinance.
so, yeah, I mean,
You could only
help me
have 30
clarify.
houses on one entrance.
So, when we do control the other property, you can't really tell because it is a sketch, but there is an egress to the north. And then on the north side, there's an egress out to the west where we can come back across for a second access. There's multiple opportunities for us to get to accesses out to
You're going
2700.
to cross the wetlands for your second road?
Our plan is in the springtime, we're going to go through the mitigation process with that whole area to find out what is and isn't. And you can use up to a 1/4 acre if we need to get that access out. So hopefully we don't have to disrupt it at all, though, would be the goal. And worst case, if there is only one ingress egress, then it would be 30. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that, I mean, it's just a sketch. It's not
It's
going to be
just a sketch, but that's what you're
preliminary-
presenting to us, right? So that's what we see.
yeah.
We don't see a second road that you're going to put in somewhere.
Yeah, but in before preliminary plat, we would, and we do not intend to do, I mean, we can't, right?
Correct.
So the intention would be we'll switch, if we can't get that second egress, that of course would change. But if you look, there's a little, you can't really tell because it is a sketch, but there is a little road that would shoot out across that northern section. Do you want me to show you?
On the boundary line?
Can I?
Sure. But then you would draw a road across to indicate there's going to be a road. So that's why this is confusing to me.
Yeah, but we're not trying to zone this yet. So in fact, we may just stay inside the zone, and this would be a different application.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So, because we can do 2-acre lots here.
Sure.
We can just take a road straight out. Inside ordinance. But that's a different application, right? So we wouldn't sketch it on this. And I apologize if that was, I hope that clarifies it though.
Sure.
Okay.
What is the plan with the wetlands? Is it just to remain wetlands or?
Yeah, we're gonna have it, so you can't study it between November and March. So in April, we'll have it studied and figure out what it is we can and can't do with it.
Stephen, can I ask a question in the minutes for the planning commission? I didn't see, and even though this is a rezone, to try and look at some of the buffering, with this many homes that they've got submitted. There's a trail that runs along, I believe there's a trail that runs along the canal. At least it shows it on our map. Is that correct? Do you remember that? The dotted line that's a trail that's.
I can look real quick.
My concern is that there may be too many homes for what zone next to it for buffering. Just, even though that may not be your concept plan may come later, right?
Correct.
But
Yeah.
if you're setting it up for R2 right now, with that amount of homes that you're trying to put in there, I'm not sure how that can happen, because even with the wetlands, it's still A1. If I remember right, it's A1 or A2.
A2, I believe.
Which allows for, you'd have to have 1,700 or 17,000 square foot lots.
Along those edges. Yeah, correct.
And I don't know how big these lots are. so-
Yeah, and it is our intention to do that, to the 17,000.
Okay.
So based off our trails master plan, there is a trail that follows along that canal.
That's what I thought. That's what I could see on there. And so would that be enough of a buffer for them to put a smaller lot against those? Or would that still require, because of the zoning, because on the other side of that is still,
That's a good question. I think how the code reads, I think it's just adjacent, but I can look real quick.
I know with Ivory, the trail counted for the acre homes on our side, and they had to do the correct buffer,
did they?
even though there was a trail there,
I
so.
wasn't positive on how that would fall in place. Yeah. So, but
on them doing that before
it's
adjacent.
I think in consideration of what the zoning is for it, and of course you can definitely try and cluster things together the best you can. The way you've got it lined out here, it just seemed like it was a little bit difficult to try and fit that many homes in.
And it probably, I mean, it usually is in preliminary plat difficult, but yeah, our intention is to do the 17,000 around those buffer zones as the ordinance requires.
I think under R2, you can put the 12.5.
Yeah,
12,500.
and within the zone, the lot area minimums are 12,500 square feet, but all lots contiguous to A1, A2, or R1 zones are to be a minimum of 17,000 square feet.
Very good. That
Yeah.
was my question. Any other questions from the council?
So you own the property to the north where the
No, they
road,
don't.
the road ends?
This part right here.
Okay, so they don't own this.
No.
So that's where the question is, if you can get,
No, he's
Uh,
saying that this is a road, even though that's blocked off, so it doesn't show it as a road.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it was,
So that'd be so you'd actually go back across the wetlands for that second road?
yeah, we'll figure out the best way through it again without disrupting it.
So why isn't the request to rezone both properties if you have to realign the boundaries into that second property?
Well, that was our request last time, and the consensus from the council was that,
Right, but I'm saying if you present it this way with no lots right here, why aren't you rezoning that as well?
the one that's,
Wetlands.
uh, our intention right now isn't to rezone it, it's to find out how much of it's usable. And then actually, we may just stay inside the current zone. Do 5 acre or 2 to 5 acre lots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all these questions really apply to a subdivision approval, not to a rezone. I mean, the road will have to shift. The road can't be where it's platted right now, so it's not gonna work there.
It's also a long stretch when there's probably a better way to get over, but yeah.
No, it's right in the crest of the hill. Like, it's not gonna work there. Like, it looks fine right here, but it's actually a hill, right? So you can't see anybody putting
I-
that intersect close to the hill.
Yeah, I was there. I'd spent an hour there from 4:45 to about 5:30 today. And I mean, it is a narrow road, but we'd absolutely get a traffic study, make sure it's safe. And if we need to have an acceleration, deceleration lane, we're happy to do that. But being there, I don't think that'll be required. But if it is, we're happy to do that.
Depends on how far off the road you're standing.
Yeah.
People come over that hill, they fly over that hill. We walk.
Okay.
And there is actually enough room that you can almost go 150 feet over the actual crest of it back. But I mean, we'll just have to see how it all lays out.
Other questions from the council?
How many acres are on the proposed rezone area?
25.
5.83.
But when our surveyor looked at it and measured out the description, it was 25.83 acres
Sounds right.
approximately.
So provided they do provide the second access out, then this is the amount of lots that would be allowed.
Yeah, so they would be able to do like 51 lots if they are able to do the full, because R2 allows up to 2 units an acre.
As long as the buffering's in place, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. And road, I mean, there's a lot that,
Yeah, you gotta
He's-
plan on the roads before you.
yeah, you start to get constrained real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be the max. The maximum density is 2 units an acre, but that doesn't account for necessarily
Sizes.
lot
yep.
sizes, roads, stormwater
Yeah.
detention areas. All that can eat into the development. And then at that point, as long as they don't exceed the 2 units an acre and then meet all the minimum lot sizes, that would be what they'd be able to do.
Other questions? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
Those were good questions. Thank you.
All right, I'll make a motion. I would move to approve ordinance 13-2025 rezone from A1 and A2 to R2 at 2700 West, 2800 South. Parcel number 150960020 and part of Gosh, sorry, can't read that. 150960021. Paul Donaldson.
Here we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we
I
have,
think that the suggested motion asks to have a condition that they record the boundary adjustment to match the zoning boundary.
I was just gonna ask that
Oh, it
question.
does?
Yeah, there's a legal description issue that suggests a table.
it's the motion on the back there.
Yeah, so staff, because the legal description doesn't match the property boundary, just for administrative purposes, it helps if those are aligned. After discussions with Amy, we believe that can be a condition of the approval. The boundary adjustment itself only will take like a week to get into our office for approval, and then they just have to record it at the county.
So just the
Okay,
amend the,
I
Or-
got it.
okay.
Yeah. So I would move to give, or to approve ordinance 13-2025, Donaldson rezone application parcels 150960020 and a portion of 150960021 within the provided legal description located at 2700 West, 2800 South, West Haven, finding the application's request to rezone from A2 and A1 to R2 conforms with the general plan, condition upon the applicant recording a boundary adjustment to match the proposed zoning boundary.
second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on that.
What?
Any further discussion on this motion? Okay, we'll do a roll call on this one. We'll do a roll call with this. Councilmember Morse,
Aye.
Councilmember Dixon,
Aye.
Councilmember Schwab,
Aye.
Councilmember Saunders,
Aye.
and Councilmember Call.
Nay.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you for coming in on that. All right, we'll move on to our next item. Item B on here, final site plan approval for Grand Haven Assisted Living Facility at 3448 South, 3500 West. And the parcel numbers are listed here. Mr. Justin Nielsen for Stillwater Construction. Do we have?
Yeah, so the applicant is here if you have any additional questions for him, but if you'd like, I can give a brief review of what the application is.
Sure.
Yeah, so the planning commission, so the application is seeking final site plan approval for Grand Haven project, which is an assisted living facility of 82 rooms. It previously, a previous iteration was approved back in 2019, but because of a few issues, they delayed the project and they've came back for approval. The Planning Commission gave it a preliminary approval and approved the conditional use permit earlier this year, back in the spring. And within that time period, the applicant has worked with staff to review the construction drawings and the final documentation. And they have now completed those reviews and have provided sufficient information. We felt like it was ready for final approval. However, the building between the preliminary site plan and the final site plan, they increased the size of the building a little bit. So now that it exceeds the 40,000 square feet, which is why it's in front of the council today, because any site plan that proposes a structure that's over 40,000 square feet has to come to the council for approval. So that being said, our recommendation is of approval, subject to the remaining issue on the site plan is that the sign that's depicted is currently a couple square feet too big. Within our code, because it's within a residential zone, it doesn't qualify for our normal monument sign, which is a larger size, and they have to do an institutional sign, which is quite a bit smaller. So they just have to bring the sign down to meet that standard. But before they can get a permit to build the sign, they have to file a sign permit with staff, and we would review that to ensure it was compliant.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Any questions from the council?
How much larger is this facility than what was proposed before?
What, 7,000 square feet larger, something like that?
It's a lot. Justin Nielsen, Stillwater Construction Group. Pleasure to be with you tonight. The center has grown exponentially. Yeah, it totals, all said and done, just under 80,000 square feet. It's a two-story. Got an elevator. It's much larger than originally had been drawn. We do have renderings. We provided renderings last week. Hope you've been able to see those.
Got them.
And I'm just saying, I don't have any wetlands and I don't have a hill. Okay. So,
But you
Trying.
do have a sign problem.
well, only because it's only by 1 foot on each side. We'll take care of it.
So how many units are there, Justin? In
How many what? Steel?
units? How many?
So there's 82. Yep.
82.
So we're in compliance with the ordinance based on our acreage. So we're just under that.
You have plans for anything in the back? Once you get done with the building, what's the rest of the acreage? You put?
Well, so in transparency, if I could talk to that point a little bit. We have, this has been a long time coming, obviously. You know, we've had this thing approved once and then COVID happened and then interest rates went up and it just happened to be that it was just a journey a little bit. But in the process of that, we've been able to build what we would consider a very comparable team to making sure that this is executed and have an end product for the city to actually really fulfill a need for the city, right? That was our goal with this project. But in that, as we did a lot of our market studies and compared other centers, not only in our state and in our counties, but also otherwise, there's really this transitional period that happens within the senior community where they have the independent side and then they transition through into the AL side. And so there's a value to being able to have some kind of a independent living sort as they transition through the ages. We don't know what that looks like right now. We're just going to get the center up right now. There might be a time when I come back and ask for some ability to accommodate what that need might be for the city and the residents, but I don't know what that looks like right now. So that's why that latter part, and if it just sets, it sets. But there is a industry need for the independent side to the care center side, and then into memory care.
Yeah.
So
So would it, let's say that was added later, would that still fit within the ordinance as far as your understanding it? Or would there need to be?
well, so that it varies a little bit on density, right? Obviously, and there would be. I don't know that. I can't tell you that. I can't answer that point at this point in time based on ordinances and where we are with the building and all that. There's just a lot of moving parts and pieces that I
cross
wouldn't.
that bridge when?
Obviously, we would comply with ordinances, but
Yeah. I would say if they were to do any type of expansion or addition to the facility in the back, they'd have to come in for another site plan approval.
Yeah, the main question was just basically just see if you were going to expand into that area eventually. So
and really the goal is to provide a product that services our community. That's really where it's at, and that might be a little bit of a moving target. It might change as the city grows and ages. Just don't know that, but there is a very large need for the independent side to moving into the care side.
yeah, we get to the patio homes and that's it. That's as far as we get, right, Jeff?
Farmington has a really nice one. Heber has a really nice one, and they all have independent living next door of some way or means. So
This is a beautiful building.
What's that?
The renderings here, beautiful building.
we're excited. It's going to be a nice piece. Arguably, we'll probably have the best center in our city that is around. It's and a team to facilitate it. We've got a great management team already put in place. They know what they're doing. They're very qualified. It's not a matter of a body and bed count. It's a matter of taking care of residents. And we were able just to really handpick them, and we vetted so many groups. But the Cummington group is the one we're going with, and they're very excited. So.
Okay. Any questions from the council? Any other questions? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
I'll move to approve final site plan approval for Grand Haven Assisted Living Facility. 3448 South, 3500 West, parcel number 08-09 or 029-0078. Stillwater Construction.
Can I recommend an amendment?
Oh, yeah. There a suggested
Yes.
has to do with
Sure.
the sign? Thank you. Thanks for reading that.
Top one.
So I'll move to approve with Planning Commission recommendation conditions. Motion to approve the proposed site plan for the Grand Havens Assisted Living Project at approximately 3448 South, 3500 West, finding that the design of the proposed site and building is compliant with applicable code when the following conditions of approval are applied. The sign depicted on the site plan shall be corrected so that it shall be no larger than 32 square feet and no taller than 6 feet before the issuance of any construction permits.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this site plan? Okay, we'll do a roll call on this one. Councilmember Saunders,
Aye.
Councilmember Morse,
Aye.
Councilmember Call,
Aye.
Councilmember Dixon,
Aye.
and Councilmember Schwab.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Looks like you're good to go.
I think this is the first time.
This
And
too.
this too.
Enjoy it.
There's always a first time. Thanks for putting
Hey,
something like
council,
this in our.
I really
city.
appreciate
I
it.
think
This would
this'll
be a really nice piece for the city and we're
It'll be nice.
excited. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to our next item. Item 16, action on resolution 59-2025, establishing the annual meeting schedule for the city council for 2026. Mr. City Manager, did you want to cover this one or?
Mr. Mayor and Council, this is the annual schedule as you would anticipate. We did add a few meetings that we knew ahead of time that were special meetings that centered around the budget, and those are included. Otherwise, it's as you would anticipate, the first and the third Wednesday of every month.
Okay, perfect. Any questions from the council on any of these meetings that are?
I am shocked by this news. I don't know if I can make it.
Good to go.
Good to go? All right, I'm ready for a motion then.
I would make a motion that we approve resolution 59-2025, establishing the annual meeting schedule for city council for 2026.
Second.
Second.
Ooh, that was close.
Dang.
We'll give it to
Thank
Councilman
yous.
Schwab on that one. All right, we have a motion and a second on that. And we'll do a roll call on this one. Councilmember Dixon,
Aye.
Councilmember Schwab,
Aye.
Councilmember Morse,
Aye.
Councilmember Saunders,
Aye.
and Councilmember Call.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, motion carries. We're good to go on that. All right, we will move on to item 17. Action on resolution 60-20. Can you believe we've got 60 of these we've done this year? 60-2025, appointing a certified records officer. And that records officer would be Emily Green. So any questions or concerns? We all have questions and concerns with Emily, but let's move forward.
No questions or concerns.
Okay, I'm ready for a motion.
Can we table this or?
I feel like there's a lot of debate going on here.
No way.
Contention.
No way.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 60-2025, appointing a certified records officer.
Second.
Ooh, I'm going to give that one to Councilmember Morse. All right. We're glad to have you back as a records person. We appreciate you do a great job. And so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call on this one. Councilmember Saunders,
Aye.
Councilmember Morse,
Aye.
Councilmember Call,
Aye.
Councilmember Dixon,
Aye.
Councilmember Schwab.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All right. I don't think we need to go to 18 unless there's anything. Does anybody have anything you want to carry over? If not, we'll go to 19, adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are considered adjourned. Hey, want to thank everybody for everything you guys do for the city. And